Not everything should be shared with everyone. It is so important to keep some things for yourself. And so in this video, I'm going to talk about the things that every woman should keep private. Hey friend, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Jillz and I help women step into their power, tap into their divine feminine, and become their best self, live their best life. So if that's something you want to do, you should subscribe and stick around. And if you want more from me besides just my YouTube videos, you can check out my digital products, my courses, or even my newsletter. The link for all that is down below. The first thing that I think every woman should keep private, and I stand by this, is your insecurities. Everyone has insecurities. Everyone has things that they are self-conscious about, or feel like they're not good at, or wish something about them would change. You're not the exception. Maybe you think you're bad at your job. Maybe you think you're not smart enough. Maybe you hate your smile, or you wish your body looked different. But here is the issue with this and why you should keep these things private. Every time you tell someone your insecurities, you are giving them a lens through which to see you. You have unconsciously given them instructions on what to associate with you and your identity, right? So let's say that I walk into work and I am feeling self-conscious because I don't feel like I'm smart enough to be there. If I keep telling my coworkers, I'm so dumb, I have no idea what I'm doing, everyone else is smarter than me here. Well, guess what? Eventually, that's the lens that they'll start seeing me through. Not because they're trying to be mean or look down on me or anything like that, but because that's the story I keep telling them about myself. And the truth is that most of the time, at least, people don't notice our insecurities. Like if you're insecure that you think you have a big forehead, or you're insecure that your teeth are crooked, or you have a weird smile, or you're insecure because you think your voice is annoying, or because you think you're awkward. 99% of the time, you are the only one that thinks those things because we're always harder on ourselves. Most people don't notice our insecurities until we point them out. And we are always better off. We are more likely to be successful and just happier and better off when people see us in a positive light. So when you share your insecurities with other people, you are making them come alive. You are making them associate you with that label, which they've probably never done before, which just makes you worse off. And the more you repeat those insecurities to yourself or to others over and over again, the more you solidify that into your identity. So if every week I'm saying, I'm so terrible with money, I'm socially awkward, I'm always sabotaging my relationships, I'm just an anxious person, every time you share that insecurity out loud, you are rehearsing it. You are speaking it into existence and again, solidifying it into who you are. So I want to repeat, everyone has insecurities. You are not unique. But if you choose to share them all the time with everyone around you, your friends, your coworkers, even your family, this is just the truth, is that they stop becoming passive thoughts and they start to become a major part of how you see yourself and how other people see you. And the stories you tell about yourself are very powerful and very influential and impact how people treat you. So be discerning about which stories you choose to share out loud. Now, before we keep going, I just want to thank BetterHelp for kindly sponsoring today's video. Making this video has me reflecting on some of my old insecurities, the ones that I carried for years, like me not feeling good enough as I was, and how our insecurities are meant to be shared selectively with the right people. Like I said, opening up about your deepest insecurities to everyone doesn't always invite the best energy or leave you better off. That's why having the right support matters. Whether you're navigating self-worth issues, old insecurities that keep resurfacing, or trying to move past mental blocks. Having someone in your corner can make a huge difference. Therapy gives you a space to process the sensitive stuff with someone who's actually equipped to hold them. And sometimes just having an outside perspective can help you get out of your own head and see things in a new light. That's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that makes it easy and convenient to get matched with a licensed therapist. No waiting rooms, no commuting, just professional support from home on your own schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a therapist within a couple days. And if for some reason that first match isn't quite right, you can switch to a new therapist at any time, no extra cost. If therapy feels like the right next step for you, just click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/Jillz to get 10% off your first month. Another thing that I stand 10 toes down on is that your personal, romantic relationship life and any problems that come up or bumps that you experience should be kept private, especially once you're married. This is something that my husband and I do. We never talk poorly about each other in public. And I think this is so important. And here's the reality, right? In relationships, sometimes you get annoyed with one another, or sometimes one person makes a little mistake, right? There's always going to be some little moments where you get into a little argument or you don't see eye to eye. whatever. Or maybe you're just in your luteal phase, and so you're getting angry about the littlest things and you want to vent every single time to your friend. And just for clarity here, I'm obviously talking about the normal little bumps that happen in a relationship sometime, or normal little annoyances. If something in your relationship is actually hurting you, or like really not good, or you really need support, that's different. I'm talking about the normal tiffs you have when your partner is a genuinely healthy, good person. So here's the thing, when you are venting to your friends or your family about maybe something that they did wrong or any issues that you guys are having, they're only hearing one side of the story, and they're really only hearing from you when you're upset, right? So that creates a skewed picture. And let's be real, they're probably gonna take your side even if you're totally in the wrong. And the reality is that your friends and your family will start to judge your relationship and judge your partner based off the things that you're telling them when you're angry, right? Because often you're venting about your partner in more of their worst moments and then not really talking about their best. You're not talking about that time when he really picked up the slack when you needed it. You're not sharing the good night that you guys had together, or that ordinary Tuesday when everything was perfectly fine. Once you tell those stories and say those words, you can't really take it back, and it does really impact the way people see your relationship and your partner. It's like attaching that label to it, and then unconsciously it can change how people show up and treat them. I also think that any romantic relationship, but especially marriage, is sacred. And privacy is a form of loyalty. Like, everyone has some hiccups or makes mistakes or has weird moments here and there, me included, you included. And so I think choosing not to expose everything is protecting your relationship and protecting your partner. You know, a marriage is sacred because there are some things that are just meant for you two. I know sometimes venting about an annoyance that we're having with our partner, it kind of feels good in the moment. It provides like this temporary relief. But what I'm trying to say is that powerful women don't sacrifice the long-term health of their relationships for short-term emotional relief. And a powerful woman protects what they've built and what's sacred to them. Because at the end of the day, loyalty isn't just about what you do when your partner is there in the room with you. Loyalty is also about how you act and how you speak when he's not there. You should always be lifting him up. And this goes for him too, by the way. He should only ever speak highly of you. And if that's not something you guys are both doing and on the same page, this is something worth thinking about. This is something me and my husband do, and something we decided soon after getting married that we would commit to. Now, keep in mind, we really, really value loyalty. That's something of very high value to both of us. But we basically committed to one another, kind of had like a pact that we would only ever speak highly of one another. And it's been amazing for our relationship. The next thing that you always need to keep private is other people's secrets. When other people come to you and share something that's vulnerable, something that they don't really want anyone else hearing, that they are trusting you specifically with, that is not something that you share with other people. Because being known as trustworthy is a very, very valuable thing. And that takes years to build up. That type of credibility takes years to build up, but a moment to destroy. And having other people's trust is a kind of power that, let's be real, not everyone has, because a lot of people like to gossip. But when people can be relaxed around you, when they know that they can open up to you, when they feel safe around you, when they know that they can trust you, when they know that you will always stand by your word, first of all, that's just being a good person, but also that is building a reputation for yourself that will always pay off. And please keep in mind, people who share other people's secrets to you, by the way, will absolutely share your secrets to other people. Do not forget that, and that is something that you should mentally take note of and observe in other people. Now, the next thing on this list of things to keep private is your finances, but I have a very important caveat here that you need to hear. Okay, so most of the time, having privacy and discernment around your finances is a very good thing and is usually the move. Like, you don't need to share how much money you're making when you meet a new friend, or about your investment portfolio, or how many revenue streams you have, or on the opposite end, how much you're struggling and how you have no savings and how you're in credit card debt. Like, whether you're talking about how much or how little little you have or just too many financial details, in most cases, that's usually not the move. Finances are a very personal matter and can be a rather touchy subject, and people can treat you differently based off of what you share. And so in these instances, I think for the most part, privacy is good here. But here's the caveat, and it's a big one, it's an important one. Keeping your finances completely private, like all the time, no exceptions, is one way that we can hold ourselves back, especially as women. We're taught that talking about money isn't classy, it's tacky or inappropriate. But in the right circumstances, I disagree with this, and I feel so strongly about this. Telling a trusted peer in your industry what you guys make so you can both make more, that can be powerful. Comparing real financial numbers with a woman who knows what they're talking about so you don't get lowballed, absolutely. For example, I just joined this women's only business mastermind thing this year, and I've never done anything like that. It's the first time I've ever been a part of something like this. And basically, the whole point of it is that a bunch of women who own businesses come together to learn together, but also to grow and share and be open with one another about what's working and what's not. And you better believe that finances are openly discussed. How much money this woman made from her launch, or how much money this girl spent on her ads. Openly sharing their financial goals, their financial struggles. In the right context, openly discussing finances is powerful. But in the wrong context, it's usually just unnecessary and just hurts you in the end. Before you share anything about money, ask yourself two things. And this will make it clear whether you should actually share or not. So those two things are, who am I telling? And why? If you're sharing your finances to build something, to make more, to strategize with someone you trust, or to help another woman get what she's worth, that's valid. But announcing a random financial windfall to your neighbors or posting your income out for everyone to know, that's unnecessary. You don't need to be validated or whatever it is you're looking for. But the key is discernment. In the right environment, please do not be afraid to talk about money and hold yourself back in the name of privacy. Last on this list of things to keep private is your goals, but especially your goals that are more in the early stages. But just like the finance one, this comes with discernment too. This has an important caveat too, because let's be real, most things have nuance, not everything is black and white. So let me explain. I know a lot of people believe in evil eye, and it's very common advice to never share your goals, move in silence. Don't let people see you coming. And there is some truth there. But again, if you really want to be a powerful woman, there is some nuance. Let me explain it this way, okay? Let's say a woman finds out she's pregnant. There's a reason why a lot of women naturally feel inclined to keep it close to the chest and keep it private for a bit. If she shares this news with everyone, she's gonna get so many outside voices coming in. She might want to protect her peace. She might want to focus on how she's feeling and her health. And if things were to unfortunately not work out, it would protect her emotionally in a sense too. But she doesn't keep it private from everyone, right? She obviously tells her partner. She tells her best friend right away. She tells her mom, she tells her doctor, because those people are the ones who will support her. And your goals in the early stages are kind of like that too. So in most instances, your new goal can be kept to yourself. Your new goals are fragile. You're still building your belief in it. You probably have a lot of self-doubt around it. And outside voices can really impact you, and hearing other people's opinions and projecting their fears onto you, it can influence you in a way that you don't want. And not to mention, when you tell people about your goals, this is scientifically studied by the way, it gives you the same dopamine hit as if you were taking action towards that goal. So then you don't end up actually doing anything useful because you telling everyone feels like progress when it's not. It's like you give yourself a little taste of being the person who did it before you've actually done it. So it takes away the hunger that's supposed to drive you. So in general, yes, privacy can be good, but that doesn't mean that you should completely bury your goals and not tell anyone and do everything alone. Just like the example of the woman who finds out she's pregnant, she tells people who she knows will support her, who will study her, people she trusts without information, and people who have expertise in what she's doing. So it's the same two questions as your finances. Who am I telling and why? If you're sharing your new goal of becoming a YouTuber and making that your full-time job with your parents who think the internet is the devil and social media is the worst thing to ever happen to humanity, well, then you're probably only gonna get hurt by that. But if you sit down at lunch with me and you share that you want to start and grow a YouTube channel, sharing that with me is smart because I literally know so much about it and I can help you. By the way, I have my YouTube Growth Masterclass for that if you want it. So depending on your goals, if you're telling someone who might help you, who you know will support you, or who might open a door or have experience in that area, that is the right kind of sharing. And you know what? Sometimes opportunities only come when you share. And sometimes being too private, like not telling a soul, can hold you back. You'll be at lunch with a trusted friend who you know has your back, and you'll share with her, you know, actually, I'd really like to start my own sticker company. And your friend goes, oh my God, my sister's roommate actually has a sticker company. And yeah, it's actually like quite successful. She's really nice. Do you want me to connect you guys? I think you guys would get along. And now all of a sudden there's an opportunity you didn't even know you had. So again, there's important nuance here. Don't just announce every new goal to everyone, just like a woman wouldn't announce her pregnancy to everyone the day she finds out. But if she were to go through that entire experience alone, that's not helping either, right? Use discernment. Let me know if you think there's anything I'm missing from this list, comment below, or feel free to agree or disagree. But speaking of goals, if one of your goals this year is to build a personal brand, I know that's been on a lot of people's minds. I highly recommend it. It can bring you so much opportunity. Definitely go watch this video, How to Build a Magnetic Personal Brand. I break down everything step by step from someone who's actually done it. And if that's a goal of yours, I think you'll get a lot of value out of it. So I'll see you over there, or I'll just see you next time in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.